Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I am sharing a yellow and gray themed dessert table with whitewashed wood, fresh flowers, and lots of little rustic yet elegant feminine touches. This dessert table was for my cousin's sweet 16 birthday party, but any of these ideas could be used for a bridal shower, baby shower, wedding, anniversary, etc. I always find it helpful to start by figuring out your colors and your backdrop first. One thing that she really wanted were the twinkle lights, along with white and yellow flowers. So we drew this idea out a few times, a few ways, before settling on the setup design that I'm showing you guys today. First things first, if you're hanging lights and curtains, you may want to invest in a backdrop stand or two. I'm actually using two of them today. I have a heavier weight one and a lighter weight one, so I'm just going to use both of those. But honestly, either one is fine for this backdrop. You could certainly use two of the lightweight one and that would work fine. I will go ahead and link both of the ones that I have and use all the time down below for you. I also recommend getting some clamps. These are just going to make your life so much easier when you're trying to get ribbons and curtains and garlands and everything like that to stay in place where you want them. You could do white curtains for the backdrop or do what I did and hang up an extra 8-foot floor length tablecloth, which not only was more than enough material to completely cover the backdrop portion, but there was actually enough left over on the sides to also hide the metal stand as well. So that was a plus. And then for the front stand, we did 3 sheer light yellow curtains. I definitely recommend taking the time to iron everything first. All of your backdrop pieces, tablecloth, table runner, try to get the wrinkles out of any fabric pieces before you start setting up your display. If you have ever set up everything first and then tried using a steamer to get the wrinkles out, let me know and let everyone else know down in the comments, because I have not tried doing it, but I'm curious if that might work as well. For the flowers on the side here, we used 3 garlands from Hobby Lobby, 1 boxwood, 1 with little yellow flowers, and 1 with hanging white wisteria flowers. I did try to kind of intertwine them though a little bit to make it look more like they all were part of one piece that came together and not like 3 separate garlands just hanging there. The clamps are going to also come in handy to keep these in place. I just always position it so that the clamp handles are facing toward the back so that hopefully they aren't going to be visible when you stand in front and look at the table. I also pulled an extra piece of the greenery and the yellow and white flower garlands up into the top as well, using this super long sheer white valance piece, which again, I'll link everything that I used for you down below in the description box if you're trying to recreate something similar or any part of this display. So getting the long sheer white fabric into place was probably the most challenging part of this table, and I tried to balance it so it was pretty close to floor length on the right side when you're looking at the table, and then it's kind of comes up and is gathered and looped around the center, which this part was a little tricky because you can't just fold it and weave it around the metal rod because you have the yellow curtains there. So you could go in between the curtains. That might be a little tricky because it might make a gap, but it is possible. But what I ended up doing was just gathering and clipping up the white fabric in the center and then letting the 2 sides drape down a little bit with kind of an elegant look to it. I just feel like this had a very soft, flowy look, and I think this turned out pretty well. And then the excess was just hanging on the left side with the flowers. Now, the same clamp that helped me keep the white material gathered up in the center also helped to clip the wisteria garland into place there as well and hold that up. I also used a very strong fishing line to hold the metal letter initial in the center. I actually used 3 strands of it because I was just so paranoid that it might actually break, but it did not. Everything held fine. The galvanized letter went perfectly with the theme, and we did get it half price on sale in Hobby Lobby. Now for the decor, nothing beats fresh flowers, and you can save a ton of money by creating the arrangements yourself. We used these whitewashed wooden crates I already had and placed 2 vases of water inside each basket. I also picked up a couple bouquets of flowers at the grocery store, which Trader Joe's is a great place to get inexpensive flowers. Sometimes you can even get marked down, discounted flowers that are on their way out in local grocery stores. I know that a lot of ones I've gotten there have easily lasted me another week, and if you are planning to use them that day or the next day, you might find that they actually work out for you and you can get them for half price. Another tip is to consider buying bouquets of single types of flowers and getting 4 or 5 different ones and then mixing them together to create your own custom arrangement. I was actually looking at bouquets that had yellow and white flowers in them, and I think some of the larger bouquets were going for like $17. And then when I looked at individual bouquets of daisies and things like that, they were only like $6, $7, or $8 for a similar size bouquet, which is a significant savings. So definitely check and be creative with how you get your flowers. And if you're willing to create something on your own, you can probably do it on a much tighter budget than going and having someone do it for you. By going with an 8-foot long table, it did give us extra room to add in things for decor, like lanterns, the flowers, tea lights, candles, and also trays at each end with drinks. We had Starbucks mocha frappuccinos at one end and water bottles that were custom labeled for the event, which is always really nice. By the way, we got these gray glass candle holders on sale in Hobby Lobby for only about $2.50 each, and they were another great way to tie in the gray color. A gray burlap table runner brought in a rustic touch that also coordinated beautifully with the color. A bunch of these items were reinvented and restyled here differently in order to reuse items from her sister's Sweet 16 table that had purple and white and flowers and a similar kind of rustic elegance theme. That table was equally gorgeous, and I'm going to have it linked down below in the description box and at the end of this video, so be sure to check it out for more ideas if you have not seen it already. For the food labels now, I took a half-price bouquet of matching yellow flowers from Hobby Lobby and cut pieces that I could hot glue onto the bottom stands of the chalkboard food labels, and we not only labeled the items that were gluten and dairy free, but we took an extra step to use ribbon to also designate the desserts just for an extra measure. Shimmery silver white ribbon for the cheesecake and yellow ribbon for the brownies. These ribbons were on sale half price at Hobby Lobby, and then we layered the 2 ribbons together for all of the gluten and dairy-free dessert cups. Dollar Tree also has plenty of ribbon choices. Definitely start looking ahead of time though if you're trying to find certain colors, because not every Dollar Tree will carry all the colors all the time. Fresh fruit is always a nice touch as well, and honestly we didn't feel like that even required any labeling. Now, the brownie trifles were super yummy and easy. You can literally just layer brownies, caramel sauce, like whipped cream or Cool Whip, and pecans, and then layer them again. And these can easily be made the day before your event, so keep that in mind if you're looking for something really easy, yummy, and pretty. The cheesecakes are also delish and pretty easy, but they do require a few more ingredients and a few more steps. So I'm going to save that recipe for another time, but let me know in the comments if you guys want that recipe and I can try to share it with you soon. Now, her mom also made lemon bars and salted caramel butter bars for this party, including gluten and dairy-free versions of each. I'm going to leave everything that I can linked below in case you are trying to recreate anything from this table. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, been inspired, and thank you, Sydney, for letting me be part of your 16th birthday. I wish you an amazing and blessed year ahead. I know God has great things in store for you, and I wish you all a beautiful, blessed day. I look forward to seeing you soon in the next video.